Hi everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys about how I got into an Ivy League school. In this video, I'm going to share some tips and tricks that worked for me to get into Harvard and Cornell over the last 5 years. I'm sure you clicked on this video because you have a dream college in mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be an Ivy League, but whatever it is, I'm going to share some strategies which personally helped me into getting into the college that I wanted. Now, I want to make this very clear before we start that the points and the advice that I'm going to give in this video aren't the cliche ones that you can just find on Google. I've put a lot of thought into this, and most of what I'm going to tell you is out of real life experiences. So let's get started. So the first point that we're going to talk about is application requirements. Now, generally, there are 5 application requirements when you're applying to college. Your GRE score, your TOEFL score, your transcripts, this can be your high school or your college transcripts if you're applying for a master's program, your statement of purpose, and your letters of recommendation. Now, your basic score related requirements, which include your GRE, TOEFL, and your transcripts, are something that you just have to excel at. These are just numeric scores, and this is just something that you need to get your foot into the door. That leaves 2 other things, which are your statement of purposes and your letters of recommendation. Now, this is where you stand out and show that you're different from someone else. Your statement of purpose is one of the most important documents that you can have in your application while applying to any college. Now, there are 3 basic rules to keep in mind when you're drafting your statement of purpose. Make sure you have 3 distinct regions in your statement of purpose. This would be an introduction, a conclusion, and in the middle would be your main body. Don't reiterate your resume if your resume is a document that is asked for in the application process. They already have it, so there's no point of repeating the same things on your statement of purpose. You're just wasting space. While making sure that your grammar is correct, make sure that you use simple, direct, easy to understand sentences. I've noticed a lot of students who use the thesaurus and just make their statement of purposes overcomplicated more than what it needs to be. This is something that you want to avoid. Just keep it simple and straight to the point. So let's get started with the 3 regions. The first one is the introduction. Try to engage your reader with a real life story. This really brings out your character, your personality, and of course, your story is not going to be the same as someone else's story. The main body is to show them that you've gone above and beyond what was required in just a pass or fail grade. This is where you can really show proactiveness and the fact that you're a driven individual. Again, the idea is to not reiterate your resume. If there's a project that you slightly mentioned in your resume, the SOP might be a good idea to elaborate on that. That leaves us with the conclusion. Now, in the conclusion, you want to try to answer these questions. Why do you want to study in this university? What makes you good enough to study in this university? And what can this university do for you? Now, by answering these 3 questions in the conclusion, it shows that you're a goal-driven person, and not only will you be lucky to go to that university, but you need to show them that they would be lucky to have a student like you. I remember when I was writing my SOP, it took me literally an year to perfect it. I did so many revisions, gave it to my family and friends so that they could proofread it and I could get a fresh perspective and a new set of eyes to look at it. So don't shy away from, just redrafting your SOP and making it better as you go along. So now let's talk about what an Ivy League school looks for in a student before they extend an offer. So a good college wants a good student. The good student will turn out to be a better achiever, and in the long run, that's good for the college reputation. So in short, a college wants a student who in the long run would be able to contribute to the society in a good way. With this in mind, it's your responsibility to show the college that you are this student. And how do you do it? With your SOP. So the next thing I want to talk about is finding your area of interest. The earlier you can find what you're interested in, the better it'll be for you in the long run. Now, by finding your area of interest, you can work towards excelling your skill set in that field of interest. This can be done through a bunch of things like online courses, YouTube. There are a lot of platforms out there which you can use to perfect the skill set. And by doing this, what this shows to the prospective college is that you're a driven, motivated, and a goal-oriented individual. That is exactly the type of person that they want to extend an offer to. The next thing we're going to talk about is choosing the right college. How do you know that this one is perfect for you? The best way to do this is do your research. Just browse the web and look for ratings, look for feedback, what people have said, what students, professors, everyone's talked about, as well as the past year's ranking. I would say go back to at least a decade or two and not only look at how the colleges perform, but individually department-wise. If you're someone who's looking to do like an MBBS or an engineering degree, look at how that college is for that specific degree or that program. Look at facilities in terms of funding and the quality of education. And when you have all of these things for multiple different colleges, then you're in a right spot to make an informed decision. The last thing I want to talk about is scholarships. A lot of colleges offer these scholarships which are either need-based, merit-based, or just by filling out a financial aid application. You need to really do your research and find out how you can get a scholarship. It may not be as easy as just filling out a form and getting the scholarship. Sometimes it may be in the form of a TA or an RA, but whatever it is, there's always a way. And you're probably going to have to do a lot of research and digging on their website, talk to multiple people in different departments to actually find out how you qualify and can apply for these scholarships. But don't let go easy. And if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about my journey and how I navigated through getting into Harvard Medical School and my tips for prospective students, I recently did an interview with Harnoor Singh, so I'm going to drop the link to that in the description below. It's going to be the first one. Check out his channel, check out the interview. So those were my strategies which I used to get into 2 Ivy League universities, and I hope you found it useful. If you did, smash that like button and don't forget to comment down below if these helped you, if there's something more that might benefit other students. Feel free to comment down below. And if you get into your dream college by using any of these strategies, let me know. I would love to know that. So drop all those comments below. I will see you guys in the next video.